Chosen one, what's best for you is becoming reality. Your time. There is a heavenly alignment occurring in the backdrop of your life. This is not a random moment. It's intentional. It is written. What is best for you will not be concealed. It is being released with divine timing. You've been wondering whether all of your suffering was in vain. You've held on to faith even while everything around you seemed to be crumbling apart. But you didn't comprehend that the breakdown was only the beginning of the rebuilding. The delay was not a rejection. It was heavenly preparation. And now the climate in your life is altering to reveal the goodness that was always intended for you. You've reached the chapter when the world says, yes, now is not the time to shrink back, hesitate, or wonder if you're worthy. Yes, you are. You always were. What is best for you? Your tranquility, purpose, and abundance are moving ahead, attracted to your energy. But we need to completely activate this time. Stay with us until the finish of this video, for something big is about to be disclosed. And offer your fondest wishes. And 777 in the comments to fuel this moment of manifestation. Now, choose one like this video. If you have not already done so, subscribe to the channel. And let us begin right now. You may not feel like things are going your way. However, what is best for you may not feel comfortable at first. It feels like transformation after metamorphosis. Dear Chosen One is seldom quiet or painless, but is always entirely the choices you took that seemed minor. The times you turned down opportunities that were not intended for you. The tears you shed in quiet. You uttered your prayers with hope. Everything was not merely seen. It was counted. And now the season you've entered is the reaction. This is the heaven's response to the frequency of your faith. There were times when you didn't know what to hope for anymore. You did not have the words, but you had the will. That was sufficient. You kept going. You remained faithful to your emotions. You maintained your integrity when others did not. You loved sincerely when you might have become numb. And now the finest for you is on its way. Not by chance, but because you matched with the truth. You have aligned yourself with grace. You positioned yourself for progress. You completed the inner job. And now the outside findings are thundering in. There is no more pleading for things that have already been promised. There is no more chasing after people, places, or results that empty you. This chapter of your life is not about demonstrating your value. It is about receiving your prize. Let it sink in. What is beneficial for you will not be forced. It will come as a flow. You don't need to intervene in what is already in divine motion. You just need to remain grounded, expectant, and ready. Something you thought was gone forever has returned in a new form. You're stronger, purer, and more in tune with your current self. The version of yourself that you had to bury in the darkness is now emerging in the light. You no longer need to battle for your blessings. You're about to get them publicly, freely, powerfully, because this is your moment. There is now energy going through your route, taking away what was previously blocking you. It is the removal of difficulties that you were unable to overcome on your own. The energy is wonderful. It is sacrosanct. It is sent by a force greater than the systems that attempted to delay you. Don't be startled if the doors start opening quicker than you can knock. Don't be surprised if the favor you hoped for comes up unexpectedly. You'll know it's genuine, because it won't generate misunderstanding. It will arrive with confirmation. You are not being asked to beg. You are being asked to believe. You are being taught that your life is more than simply surviving. It is becoming a testimonial to divine timing, recuperation, and restoration. All the versions of yourself that were previously rejected, abandoned, or misunderstood, they are being recognized right now. All the affection you offered that was not returned, it's being multiplied and returned to you. All of the energy you used in empty cups is now being replenished by brimming containers. The transition is not imminent. It's here. You may sense it in the little indicators. The sudden calm, the unexpected possibilities. People returning with apologies, and the solutions appearing just as you stop caring. These aren't coincidences. These are confirmations. What's best for you is no longer merely an option. This is your gift. It is now occurring in real time. The grief that once overwhelmed you has made room for a greater delight. The loneliness you experienced is fostering the ability for holy connection. The uncertainty you were carrying is being replaced by clarity. Not everything will make sense immediately, but it will feel right. You will feel at peace. You will feel the alignment. You will sense a change, and you'll see that what comes next is no longer a danger to your tranquility, but rather a partner in your mission. Your identity is no longer based on survival. It is now grounded in sovereignty. You're not here to beg for crumbs. You're come to sit at the table. It was always yours. The world may have misjudged you, but the cosmos has always recognized your name. It recognized your heart. Now that you've passed the endurance, patience, and trust exams, it's time to move forward. You weren't forgotten. You were concealed for a cause and for a season. But the time for hiding is done. The time for proving is past. This is the moment for receiving. What's best for you does not simply happen. It has already been authorized, signed, and sealed, and is now being delivered. Prepare your place. Prepare your heart. Prepare your mind to accept fully. Because the half blessings are finished. The whole promise is about to arrive. Let rid of any beliefs that need you to earn this again. You already did. You've already paid the price with your perseverance, forgiveness, honesty, and quiet strength. Now the universe is rewarding you not because you twisted or pressured it, but because you submitted and remained devoted. Nothing is more powerful than a surrendered chosen one, or someone who has gone through fire and emerged glowing with grace. People who previously disregarded you will look again. And this time, they'll be unable to ignore your light. The settings that sapped you will no longer contain you, since your spirit has evolved above their limitations. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. You're not being left behind. You're being launched. You're not being refused. You're being delivered. Stand tall at this moment. Own your brightness. Accept your time. This is not just any season. This is your holy season. What's best for you is no longer too far away. It's close. It is real. It's coming. And it is yours. You did not go this far to be greeted with less. You didn't go through all of the internal conflict, bewilderment, and spiritual exhaustion. Just settle with a temporary peace number. What's best for you isn't just coming true. It's going to remain. It's about to bring your whole existence into perfect harmony. And it is not coming in bits. It is coming as a fully synchronized experience, touching every place that previously seemed barren or damaged. Look around. Are you feeling it? The air is tense, but not out of dread. It's a transitional period. That tightness in your chest does not worry. It's an expansion. Your body understands what your intellect is still catching up on. Something's shifting. Something is opening. And it is something excellent. That is why it has been difficult to relax. That is why the old practices seem more frustrating than cozy. It's because you outgrew the previous frequency. The environment around you is vibrating at a new level, known as fever. There is a sound in the spirit that corresponds to your name. The frequency of breakthroughs. Things you believed were denied are being altered to your benefit. Promises that seemed to be postponed are now being fulfilled more quickly. There's no reason to be concerned about how everything will come together. It is not your responsibility to control the result. It is your responsibility to trust the preparation. What is ideal for you is already on its way, and it is so perfectly matched to your soul that you will feel as if you are finally breathing in your own flesh. Allow yourself to melt into this. Allow yourself to think that the healing you asked for will genuinely feel this nice. You do not have to wait for the pain to subside before you can smile again. Let your delight arrive early. Allow your heart to expand wide again. Allow yourself to think that it is not too late. You're not far behind. And nothing nice has happened to you. What's actually intended for you is difficult to ignore. It makes no difference whether you are late or if others arrive before. The best was never a race. It was always a discovery. You don't have to glance over your shoulder. What is ahead of you is much larger than what you've left behind. Some connections were severed, not as a punishment, but as a precaution. Behind the scenes, you were unaware of some details, energies that may have diverted or delayed your destiny. So the doors that shut, the individuals who withdrew themselves, the diversions that perplexed you. They all contributed to paving your road for the finest outcome. Let go of the resentment and praise the divine choreographer for rearranging everything in your favor. The older you would have questioned this moment, the old you would have questioned, sabotaged, or even apologized for assuming control. However, this version of you has gained knowledge. You've gone through storms and come out with spiritual clarity. You've seen illusions vanish and the reality emerge. You've been rebuilding your soul brick by brick. And now you're not seeking permission. You are walking with certainty. Allow the world to catch up with who you are becoming. You no longer need to explain your change. Your energy will speak for you. The tranquility that emanates from your presence will speak everything. People will experience it before seeing it. Because your radiance is not for display. It's for a reason. You have been imbued with heavenly fire. And that fire has sharpened your voice, vision, and worth. You'll realize that things you used to accept are suddenly intolerable. That's because your expectations have raised. You are not only looking for convenience. Your demand is aligned. That is not pride. That is power. You've spent far too long pouring into mismatched vessels, dancing in the wrong halls, and putting up with half-hearted love and imprecise intentions. That error has been resolved. You will not be confused about what is best for you. What's best for you will not make you doubt your value. It will honor it. It will reflect it. The individuals who are destined to walk with you through this new chapter will meet you where you are, not where you were. The chances you'll attract today will not force you to bend, break, or shrink. They'll feel like tranquility, like home. This new season does not need you to work more. It is begging you to relax. In truth, knowing that what is coming will not seem like struggling. It will feel like getting, like relief, the chosen one. Your soul has endured struggles that would have killed others. You've kept a light on amid the most important darkness. That light is now being noticed, recognized, and rewarded. You did not go unnoticed. You were preserved. And now, every painful experience that made you doubt your path is being recast with meaning. Your tears drained, your future and faith were awakened. A fresh atmosphere. No more asking for what you already own. No more lowering your voice to be accepted in noisy environments. You were always the one. You just had to go through the flames to remember. You're not here to impress. You are here to make an impact. And the influence you're going to create will last for generations. This is not just your time. It marks a watershed moment in your family's history. The healing you selected will be felt by all who follow you. What is ideal for you may not always be spectacular or loud, but it will be genuine. It'll be sturdy. It will be peace-focused and purpose-led. It will reawaken something inside you that you thought was gone. It will remind you of your actual self, the one you buried to survive. Now that survival has ended, it is time to flourish. You do not have to explain why you are smiling more. You do not have to defend your silence or limits. You're acting differently because your spirit has evolved, and your life is starting to reflect that change. Those who actually perceive you will not resist. They will respect it. What is best for you will not come from having control. It will occur via alignment. Keep standing up for yourself. Keep selecting yourself. Keep safeguarding your item as if it were a cherished gift. You have earned this chapter. You have outgrown the cycles. You've transcended the previous agony. And now you're ascending. Not only spiritually, but in all aspects of your existence. The moment you've been feeling is approaching. It is not next year. It is not a faraway dream. It is now. It is unfolding. Your intuition is not lying. Your work isn't random. Your excitement is not misplaced. These are indicators. These are confirmations. Your moment has arrived. And what's greatest for you is already coming in more strength, depth, and beauty than you could have dreamed. There is a heavenly orchestration taking on behind the scenes in your life right now. And it's larger than you expected. You have been praying for a breakthrough, but what is coming is a total change, not just one answered prayer, not just one chance. This is a complete transformation of your life, from surviving to flourishing, from just getting by to being divinely cared for, from wondering what's next to really living. What happens next? What's best for you has been built in quiet. It sometimes had to remain silent in order for you not to attempt to take charge too quickly. Because if you saw the whole image too soon, you may have attempted to fit it into existing patterns, timetables, or boundaries. But what's best for you is more than simply a gift. It is an improvement. It will not fit in with your previous experiences. It will extend, expand, and raise you while radically realigning your whole surroundings. This is the point at which you cease questioning your path, since it does not seem to be the same as others. The selected road was never intended to be crowded. It was intended to be sacrosanct. You were never told to blend in. You were called to stand out, rise above, and go ahead with clarity that others lack. That's why you felt so alone at times. That is why many people were unable to follow you. They were not the reason for your delay. They were your release. During this stage of the trip, you will begin to understand why some things did not work out. And the truth will offer comfort, not grief. You'll understand why that door needed to shut. You will understand why some individuals did not remain. You'll understand that what seemed like a loss was really divine leverage, since if you had settled back then, you wouldn't be able to hold what's best for you today. This season isn't about holding on. It's about being open. Not everyone can transport what is best for you. Not every area can accommodate the version of you that is being exposed. This is why things are evolving. That's why some connections seem shaky, because the vibe of your life has shifted. You are no longer in the frequency of fear. You've entered the energy of fulfillment. There is no turning back to what was once pleasant but little. You have seen too much. You've grown too far. You have healed too deeply. And now the world is mirroring that inner transformation, but without her outcomes. You're going to enter rooms that reflect your new persona. You're going to encounter folks who look beyond your appearance. You're going to be surrounded with energy that complements, rather than competes with, your brightness. You did not force this change. You flowed into it. That's why it works. You did not shove your way through. You were trusting. And that faith is rewarded every time you choose to persevere. When nobody clapped. Every time you choose honesty above attention. Every time you remain true to your truth. Even when it was misconstrued, you sowed seeds of strength. And now the seeds are blooming. A dramatic moment is approaching in which everything will suddenly make sense. Tears, stillness, testing, loneliness, and delays. Everything will click, and your soul will exhale in thanks. You will remark, "Now I understand," because when what's best for you appears, it provides clarity. You will not have to overthink things. You will feel the alignment. You'll know it's genuine. You'll discover that the wait was worthwhile. It was preparation for this. And it's not just one aspect of your life that is changing. It is all of them. Your money, relationships, confidence, creativity, and surroundings. Everything is being done in your best interests. Because the supernatural does more than simply enhance individual components. It raises the overall image. This is a moment of multiplication, doubling not just recuperation but also reward. Not just healing, but completeness. Not just moments of delight, but constant tranquility that pervades your days and guides your actions. You will begin to hear, feel, and move differently because you are unique. You have been polished by fire. You've grown stronger in the solitude. You've evolved into a vessel capable of holding the greatest while remaining leak-free. Without question. Without breaking. You're developing a new level of daring. A quiet assurance and a solid elegance. You do not have to yell to demonstrate your dominance. You don't have to go above and above to demonstrate your value. What's best for you is drawn to your current energy, not your effort. Don't slip back into performance. Dive deeper into presence.